When they opened King Tut's sarcophagus and they got to his mummy, they found an iron dagger that was buried with him. The blade was later found to contain meteoric iron, or as the Egyptian called it in Tut's day, iron from the sky. How did Tut get it? Where did it originally come from? And why was he buried with it? The dagger was initially found by Howard Carter wrapped in the cloth folds covering Tutankhamun's body. Another dagger was found made of gold and was much more elaborate, but the common looking dagger was the one that started gaining attention about 50 years ago. But it's what the blade is made out of that makes it so interesting. It's an iron blade, and Tut lived in the Bronze Age. Most objects were made of copper, gold, or bronze. Therefore, iron was very valuable as it was extremely rare. Scientific analysis of the iron dagger using fluorescent spectrometry has concluded that the metal ingredients of the blade include iron, nickel, and cobalt. Because iron was scarce, archaeologists believe that any iron objects that date from the 2nd millennium BCE were crafted from meteoric metal. This is because iron was material that was found in the remains of iron meteorites that fell to Earth. Now, as mentioned, the Egyptians had a particular respect for iron and referred to it as iron from the sky. Meteorite showers happen in the Middle East, and the consensus of opinion is that the metal came from an iron meteorite that did not land in Egypt. Historical records allow us to narrow down one possible area where the dagger originated. Metal most likely came from a meteorite that landed in ancient Anatolia, which is modern-day Turkey. So why did King Tut have it? Now, it would be very fun to say that a spaceship came down and dropped off the dagger, but records indicate a much more plausible reason. The dagger most likely was a gift for a pharaoh who lived earlier. That pharaoh was Tut's grandfather, Amenhotep III. Clay tablets indicate that the king of Mitanni, a kingdom that was located in Anatolia, he gave Amenhotep III the dagger as a gift to celebrate Amenhotep's marriage to one of his daughters. Marriage was a necessary means in forming an alliance between two kingdoms. Therefore, this iron dagger would have been a significant present to foster good relations between the Egyptians and the Mitanni. Tut most likely ended up with the gift as a family heirloom. And this is where the importance of evaluating ancient artifacts comes into play. It's a time portal into the past. This dagger gives us some insight into the regional relations of the time. Interestingly, even in death, Tut had a bearing on correspondence between Egypt and the Anatolia region of the Middle East. Areas of Anatolia were part of the Hittite Empire of the time. Hittite records show us that Tut's widow sent a letter to Hittite courts following the death of her husband. She was asking them to send a prince so that she might be able to marry and restore order to Egypt. Nothing came of this effort, but it shows how important that area was to Egypt's foreign policy. Archaeologists will still be busy for a long time evaluating objects found from King Tut's tomb. Piecing together the clues from this dagger not only gives us a clearer picture of ancient Egypt, but of the ancient Middle East as well.